accomplishment in life, the birth of my children, Brian, Katie, and Annie, of whom I'm very proud, I love dearly, and I want to thank them for being here tonight. My sister Marie and brothers Larry and Dom provided me the baby of the family, believe it or not, with a nurturing environment and strong role models. At times I felt like I had 5 parents, though. I look to them for guidance and friendship throughout the years, and we're fortunate enough to continue to be close and supportive of each other. I want to thank all of my family, my nieces and nephews and in-laws included, for coming out tonight. The town of Watertown provided me with friendship and love that lasts until this day. I met my best friend and love of my life, Mary Lynn, in Watertown. We met in high school where she was a cheerleader, fell in love as seniors, and have never been apart since. She even went to Lesley College in Cambridge, so we were never very far apart, and I was always on a short leash. Many of my closest friends today remain my Watertown classmates. Many of them are in this room tonight, and I thank them for coming. And also, many of them played football with me. Dom Lally and Mike Santoyan, both Hall of Famers in their own right. Richie Marullo and I were known as the Big Four. We went everywhere together. Our children grew up together as cousins more than friends and spent holidays and vacations together. In fact, it was Rich who introduced me to Mary Lynn. He even coached me through the courtship. I would have blown it on my own. As you go through life, you realize there are certain watershed events in time which can and do change your life completely. You also realize that you meet people in your life who have a profound effect on you, on who you are, and who you become. One of the greatest events that impacted my life was my encounter with football. I grew up watching my older brother Dom play for Boston College. In fact, when I got the call from Sal, I said, I think you mean Dom, not me, in the Hall of Fame. That's another story. Not only was he an all-scholastic player for Watertown, but he was also an all-star for the BC team. I can honestly say that playing football changed my life dramatically, and a prime example of that was that football allowed me to meet a tremendous set of coaches whose dedication to their players and students is unprecedented even today. These coaches are John Barbetti, Dick Mangieri, and Dave Hughes. Dave Hughes is here tonight along with John Barbetti. Coaches Barbarian and Mangieri went so far as to come to my home on a Saturday. Now this is going to sound like Marini's story, but it's mine. While my father had us all working in the family garden to convince my father he should let me play football. You see, I went out for the team, like John, without my parents' knowledge. It was only when the coaches sent me home with my smelly, dirty uniform to be washed for the first game that they found out. For some reason, my father didn't want me to play football. I think it's probably because he was worried about me because my brother Dom injured his knees very severely in college. But Coach Barbetti and Coach Mangieri were very persuasive, and I was on my way. Playing football opened so many doors for me, not the least of which was Harvard's. You see, I never intended on applying to Harvard, but football led me to Coach Barbetti, whose mission has always been to assist his players to achieve the highest educational potential. It was Coach Barbetti who made me apply to Harvard. It was also Coach who, when we weren't sure how strong my candidacy was, went the extra effort to obtain extra references on my behalf from Dr. Kelly, the headmaster, and from other Watertown teachers affiliated with Harvard. Without football, I wouldn't have met Coach Barbetti. Without Coach Barbetti's efforts, don't believe I would have gone to Harvard. And I don't believe I would have been able to achieve my success as easily as I think I was able to because of that. Thank you, Coach. A couple of football stories. My most vivid memory about the Big Four is when Coach Mangieri, upset because we had let a last-minute touchdown in one of our home games, as part of that Lexington game, told us that we should protect the end zone as if we were protecting our homes. He then asked each of us to pick up the dirt in the end zone and taste home. He proceeded to pick up the dirt, put it in his mouth, and told us to do the same. And as he was spitting rocks out of his mouth, there we were, with mud in our mouths, listening to our coach tell us that when someone or something threatened you, you need to dig in and protect the end zone in your home. And even today, when things get tough, and I have to bear down, I think of that scene, and I can almost taste that mud. Football at Harvard allowed me to feel the exhilaration of playing the Yale Bowl before 77,000 people, and to experience being the first team in Harvard's history to win the Ivy League championship. As you heard, we won the game in the final 33 seconds when Mike Lynch, now Channel 5 Sports, kicked the winning field goal. What most people don't know is that I snapped the ball. You heard that. It's a good thing that no one knows that, because it meant it was a good snap. Had it been a bad snap, I would have memorialized in another way, kind of like Bill Buckner. Coach Manjurian taught me how to snap the ball for punts and extra points. It was that skill that allowed me to break into the varsity my sophomore year at college. My circle of friends at Harvard once again came from football. My daughter Katie's godfather, Kevin McCaffrey, who was here, was the other starting offensive guard, a Burlington Hall of Famer as well. We played a pro set at Harvard, and Coach Restick's offense was very complex, with a playbook about 3 inches deep. I just thank God Kevin's memory was better than mine. More often than once, we'd get on the line and I'd yell to him, "Which way are we pulling, Kevin? I don't know which way we're going." And on more than a few occasions, I pulled left, the play was going right, I bumped into Kevin, we stuffed the play in the backfield. So. But because of his memory, I was able to make all Ivy, otherwise I wouldn't have made it on my own. So, it's now time to thank everyone, my family, my wife and children, my lifelong friends and teammates, my coaches, both in high school and college, and to the town of Watertown, not just for this wonderful honor tonight, but for providing me with the environment which so shaped my life.